It's time for us to continue our Team Lotus series as we head into episode 19, and we are going to COTA in this one, but it's a bit like a summer break, although we're in September, because we have 25 days until we arrive in Austin. So there might be a little bit of work to do before we hit the racetrack again. But last time out, we are actually doing big things now with Team Lotus. Back-to-back points. We got a point in Baku with Mick Schumacher, but Danny Rick last time out in Singapore grabbed us 2 points, as you can see here. And the real big difference that made is in the constructors. Our team objective is 9th. We now sit in 9th. And going out on a bit of a limb, I don't feel like Kick Sauber and Haas are going to score again. So 9th is looking pretty good for us to achieve that objective for this season. But we're heading to Austin, as I said. If you're not already and you're coming back to the series, please do subscribe to the channel. But only if you like the content. Please do like the video. And please do get involved down below in the comments. But let's crack on and head towards Austin in this one. I think we might be in debt every day. Hamza is telling us we're in debt, and we are by $4.5 million. So as I said last time out, we can't do any design or research until we sort our money issues out. Lindblad has mentioned Red Bull have also offered a contract. Well, he's already with Red Bull, to be fair. We need to approach Lindblad in a better way. Oh, God. This is stress, isn't it? Trying to sign a driver. Let's have that, mate. I want a breakout multiplier, though. Let's see if we can actually sign someone. This is becoming more difficult, but this is the time to do it in this next break. Lindblad has accepted. Still dubious that something will happen, but we can confirm. Lindblad. So we should have next season Lindblad. There we go. Next season, Lindblad will join our affiliate. So we've finally secured a driver. Took long enough. As well as being in debt, although it looks like it's gone down by 700,000. I hope that's not the sponsors coming, because we're expecting more than that, but we'll see once we get to that screen. But we're also close to the cost cap. We only have $9 million left. So that's something to keep an eye on. And Mick Schumacher has gone up on his smoothness, still at 78 overall, but a little improvement there for Mick. So the start of another month, and we've got our pit stop training schedule. So again, we're always focusing on the tiredness. So we've got this down to well rested on the Friday and Saturday in COTA. Let's tick over to tired for the Sunday race, and same for Mexico. But we're pretty happy with that. If we switch to total, we are losing -1 on jacks, but that was our strongest category. So actually, we're going to balance this out to everything be 54 out of 56. 56 is the maximum due to our staff member. We have to change our staff member. I think it's the sporting director to be able to increase this maximum of 56. We are closing in on the maximum stats that we can have currently. An overall chance mistake, again, total does go up, but we'll look at it on the other tab shortly. Pit stop time goes down slightly, and car building is increased slightly as well. But as we see, if we look at this tab, the actual chance of mistake on the Racing Sunday is 14%. In COTA and 14% in Mexico. So we will take that indeed. Right, our head of aero is talking about going to Haas. He's being poached by Haas. We haven't offered a new contract. I think I'm going to allow this to happen. Surely we can't just have no head of aero. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But hopefully we can, with Haas taking him, there should be a better skilled head of aero out there for us to sign, hopefully. So we're just going to kind of let that happen, I think. So no pressure then as we head to COTA, as board members are going to attend this race. So we'll get a little bit of a buff if we have a successful result, but it will go the other way if we have a disappointing result. So we will approve that. We're not going to deny our board members the opportunity to come watch the team. All right, we're back in for Liam Lawson. Let us see if we can finally get this one over the line. I'm going immediate, which isn't always the best thing to do, but he's accepted it. He has accepted it, though. I thought he wasn't because he didn't like the breakout multiplier or the offer deadline. Liam Lawson has accepted it, so we are going to hire Liam Lawson in place of Mick Schumacher for 2025. So in this break, we have at least secured a new driver for 2025 and a new affiliate. So Liam Lawson is going to be in the car for 2025. There we go, confirmation. So it is a sad goodbye to Mick Schumacher, but we need to try a different direction. and that is going to be with Liam Lawson. Right, sponsor engagement. So we have achieved that, and we've got 3.1 million, and we got 1.1 million from mandatory. So that's 4 million, I think we've got from that. It is indeed, we are nearly out of debt then. So if we have a good result in COTA, it should bring us out of debt. What's this? What's Horner upset about? I see you've signed Liam Lawson to drive for your team. I can understand why. They're having a difficult season, so I imagine you negotiated a favourable deal with them on your side. Everyone here is going to miss working with them. But let me be clear, we're coming for you in the championship. Liam Lawson is still with us for now, and we're going to make the most of that. Yeah, Christian, Liam Lawson's not in your car, and I don't think we're challenging you at the moment, Christian. So put the whiskey down, and yeah, get back to the racetrack. Stop texting. So as we have it for 2025, as I say, Daniel Ricciardo has still got a year left, so he is remaining in the car as it is at the moment. Mick Schumacher, as we see, is going to be replaced by Liam Lawson. And then affiliates, as we've already looked at, we have got Arvan Lindblad coming in as well. We're trying to add more affiliates as well, so we'll see how that goes. So I think that's all we're going to get done in this break, and we're going to be heading to the race weekend very shortly. Well, in fact, we're going to be heading there now. So let's go for 14th for hire with Danny Rick and 18th for hire with Mick. That would give us 1.4 million. That would also bring us out of debt, as long as our drivers don't have any accidents or incidents in this one, as we will head into COTA now to begin practice. Both drivers out then, and I forgot to mention, this is in fact a sprint weekend, so we've only got this first practice session, so we're going to have to smash it, and hopefully we do just that. Right, we've got Daniel Ricciardo to 62%. We're not got enough time to go back out in this practice session, but we can change the setup before we go to Parc Fermé to try and get this a little bit closer. What we'll try is something like that with Danny Rick. And the same for Mick Schumacher, so he's up to 73%. But again, we can try and edit this to get it a little bit closer. Right, let's try that for Mick. So you won't get the feedback now on this until we get halfway through, probably maybe the sprint race actually, not even qualifying, but worth doing. It's not going to help us in qualifying, that may hamper us in sprint qualifying, but that is session end then. Let's have a look then what we've ended up with. As we know, that setup satisfaction will now be unknown, of course. Here we go then, track acclimatization, the same for them both as is car parts knowledge, so 37% on track acclimatization, 100% on car parts knowledge. As we said there, setup satisfaction is unknown. Mick was in the 70s, Daniel Ricciardo near enough there. I think with these changes we're doing should be enough to get us into the 80% mark, perhaps even the 90% mark. So as I say, it may hamper us not having that setup in place for qualifying, but it should help us as the weekend develops. As we have it right now, a very low driver preparation for both drivers, as they are both on 34% as we head in to sprint qualifying next. Here we go then. I'm going to try and leave it a little bit later with both drivers. We only get one set of mediums that we can use, so let's let this traffic hopefully die out a bit. Yeah, they're now changing to in-lap, so let's send out our drivers then. So Ricciardo out, so is Mick Schumacher. Let's see what we can do then. Got a yellow flag briefly. K-Mag's had a lock
This
up.
is what happened. Along the straights here.
Was this on his flying lap?
Wheels just lock up there. But
If
that's just the
so,
risk you
that
take.
will cost him massively, as well as being on those tyres for the whole session. K-Mag was on an in-lap. No, that did affect his lap. So K-Mag probably is pretty much going to be out of this session. As our drivers are about to start our flying laps. Very close to one another, so Mick might get a bit of a tow here off Daniel Ricciardo. We have got a car ahead of us. And then there's a few more cars up the road, but we're certainly going to come into contact here. with one of the cars. Hopefully not through here.
Okay, I've got
Oh, get out of the way!
traffic, so I think this lap.
Hulkenberg's
Aborted.
yeah, just not moving out of the way. Right, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to call them in. Hulkenberg ruined the lap there. All right, we're gonna have to try again, and hopefully not get traffic this time. Here we go then. Take two. Ricciardo starts his lap then. Again, we have got traffic. Is that a Haas again? It is, but this time it's K-Mag. This is going to be in the exact same place as we found his teammate, I feel. He's going slow. That's an in-lap, isn't it? Oh, no. This is not going to be good, you know. Same again. Why are they not moving this part of the track? Yeah, I agree with you, Daniel Ricciardo. That has ruined us there again. So I think Ricciardo's going to be knocked out here. Mick Schumacher hasn't reached K-Mag yet. And this is why it's sometimes paid to just go out first, which we do normally do. And we haven't done it this time, and we are, yeah, being punished for not doing that. There we go, gets out of the way of the straight, so it could be good for Mick Schumacher, but I think Daniel Ricciardo pretty certain to be knocked out here. But Mick is getting a clean lap. I don't think we've got any more traffic. So yeah, Mick should be good till the end of the lap. Let's just see what Ricciardo does set. I'm pretty confident he's not going to be able to make it through and out of SQ1. Here we go on the final straight. Daniel Ricciardo to the line. Oh, hang on. I could be completely wrong. Ricciardo, Hamilton's finished. I think Ricciardo might be through after all that. Mick Schumacher is definitely through. Joe in lap. I think after all that, Ricciardo is through. So even with being held up, we are. Ricciardo and Mick Schumacher both through to SQ2. Well, that is a surprise, certainly on Daniel Ricciardo's side. No real surprises. Well, there is a little bit of a surprise, actually, because Lance Stroll, which I didn't notice, Lance Stroll is knocked out in SQ1. So that could be beneficial for us. Whether we can get into the top 8 and score points in a sprint race, I'm not so sure, but let's see what we can do in SQ2. Driver confidence has gone up now as well. And the car setup is locked in as well. So as you can see, we've gone to 94% with Mick and 92% for Daniel Ricciardo. So that's not too bad at all for a sprint. Right, let's get into the second qualifying session. And I am just going to send them out straight away this time. So this is the perfect time to set an ideal lap here. And we probably won't go out again. Let's see what we do then. SQ2. Mick will set the first sector times. They're the first drivers through the sector timing zone, so they are going to go purple and green. Always go green because it's their first runs in SQ2, but we will see some purples momentarily while the rest of the drivers move through that first sector. And there we go. Mick sets that first sector time, which is a 25.2. Danny Rick goes quicker, only just though, by about 100th. So it's very closely matched, which is good to see. Mick Schumacher, as we know now, is being replaced by Liam Lawson for next year. So he's only got, what is this? Have we got 6 races left, I think? His last remaining 6 races with Team Lotus. Can he go out with a bang? Second sector time will be coming up very shortly. And it is a 38 flat for Mick. 38.1 for Daniel Ricciardo. So I think there's about a 10th in favour of Mick now. So is Mick about to out-qualify Daniel Ricciardo here in sprint qualifying in COTA? Couple of corners to go then. Here we go. Rounding this final corner now is Mick Schumacher. What is he going to set here? He is quicker than Ricciardo by just under 2/100ths of a second.
Okay, mate, nice. Cool on the way in. Copy.
And Tsunoda goes 6/10ths quicker. Tsunoda is supremely OP in that RB. I think we'll just go for the one run. They're very closely matched, so that shows me that, you know, extracted quite a lot from the car there. Looks like we're not going to make it through to SQ3 though, but will we finish where we are in 11th and 12th? I think we will, because I don't think there's enough time for anyone to go out unless they're going to go straight back out. There is enough time, but is anyone going to go for it? Ocon is. Charles is. Alonso is. Albon is. The grid are going. Not all of the grid, are we? I think they are. We're not going to go. Yes, so the whole grid apart from Norris, it looks like. Well, let's see then where everyone finishes here. We are checkered flag. So is Norris and Verstappen. Ocon finishes his lap. Doesn't go quicker. What about Albon? Hulkenberg goes quicker, but not enough. And Correa does improve, but not enough. So we do, in fact, qualify 11th and 12th for this sprint race in COTA. Let's see what happened in SQ3 then. Max looking pretty quick, and he does do it again in Q3. On pole, Max Verstappen, followed by Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc in third, Carlos Sainz fourth, then two McLarens, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, and George Russell 10th. Then the best of the rest comes us, Mick Schumacher in 11th and Daniel Ricciardo in 12th, as we look at the strategy in sprint race conditions and see what we're going to do before we jump into that sprint race. Yeah, soft is slower. It's a medium sprint. Right, so both drivers on a medium. Being a sprint, shouldn't be any pit stops, hopefully. So let's jump in. We're starting in 11th with Mick, 12th with Danny Rick. So let's jump in and start this sprint race in COTA. Here we go, Max on pole for the sprint. What's new there, really?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Obviously, points in the sprint is 1st to 8th, so harder for us to get points in this sprint than it is the full race. But let's see. As Ricciardo is squeezing past Mick Schumacher. And we'll let them settle down, but I will ask them not to fight. If you follow this series, you know our drivers are not allowed to fight, because they usually end up crashing into each other. So let's not start fighting each other, losing time and crashing out. Mick is close to the DRS of Ricciardo now. We've got a yellow flag. Just a spin though, so that's not going to turn into anything more. Looks like, was that Colapinto? Yeah, it was Colapinto. Turn 15.
Things look fine here. Whoa, and there it goes. And
Lights up the rears, that's Franco. That's not going to affect our race, he's at the back. But yeah, Albon's showing good pace actually, and we're kind of dragging him towards Danny Rick. So I think we're just going to go to standard now. If Albon gets past, so be it, but he might still be using a lot of battery. He's on standard now on his tyres as Albon. Which I think most of the grid now are on standard for their tyres. A lockup is going to really cost you around here because the tyres are only just going to make it, as you can see here. As I say, that's on standard. They'll only just get, they'll be about 31-32%. So a lockup is going to cost you to have to go light or conserve. So hopefully we don't lock up, but if any other drivers do, we might be able to take advantage of that. Looks at the minute, we're kind of, I was going to say kind of in 11th to 12th is where we're at, but the only threat looks to be Albon. Doesn't look like we're going to make an impact on the top 10 behind, and doesn't look like Ocon and below are going to make an impact, although Stroll is part of that group and he is now up to 15th, so be interesting to see his pace once he clears Ocon. Stroll may yet be a factor because it's only 2 seconds he'll have to make up. And he's already past Ocon, so yeah, Stroll certainly got some pace about him. But yeah, if you are jumping into the streams, please do smash a like on the video if you like the content. Really does help me out. And Albon is getting past Mick Schumacher, so not a problem. I think Albon, I don't know if he's still using battery because his pace is just...
Okay, so let's just cancel.
I don't know, he just seems to have phenomenal pace at the moment, does Albon. It's one of those tracks where DRS can be hard to break. It gives you a good advantage because of how long the straights are. And Mick is moving back past Albon.
Okay, how do you feel the tyres at the moment?
Might just have to go light here. Doesn't matter if they overtake us. We can stay in their DRS, but we can use this just to bring a bit of tyre life back into the car. Well, not bring it back, but not let it decrease as significantly as it is. So yeah, this DRS straight in particular is very powerful.
Tyre management will be
So as you see, we are
important.
running on standard. We're dipped below where we need to be, so it'd be touch and go. So we do need to run a little bit on light. So I think that's best to do whilst we've just quickly gained the lead. So if we'd done it behind them, we might drop out of DRS. So at least if we do it here, if they overtake us, we can go back on standard, hopefully stay in that DRS. I think Stroll, though, now he's the car behind, he will be hard to hang on to.
Understood. Need to pick up the pace a little bit if you can, please.
Right, Albon has DRS on us now. Stroll's pulled away as we expected. The kind of Mick's got a bit of a fight on, I guess, with Albon here. Need to just try and stick with him. This might be a bit of a battle to the end. Yeah, we've got 4% less tyre life than Albon.
Okay, well, good job.
What is Alonso's issue here? Engine issue. So that could be interesting to watch. And I wonder if he'll have to put a new engine in for the full race and whether he's got one in his allocation or whether Fernando will have to take a grid penalty for that. Yeah, we might just be seeing this one out in 11th and potentially 13th, might be 14th, depending on this battle between Albon and Mick. We are getting a bit of this tyre life because it is going to be touch and go with Mick if he can get these to the end. Albon's got much better smoothness. Yellow flag. What have we got here? That's very brief. Spinner or lock-up potentially there. K-Mag locks
But
up.
this is what happened. And if we watch Magnussen,
It's not a race if there's not an instant without K-Mag.
and the car just locks. And
He's
they
on the
ended up
hard, so
their
he
own
might get away with that.
passenger.
We did mention earlier, if you locked up in this sprint, you were going to be in trouble. But that's where if you were on the mediums. So as I say, it's touch and go getting them to the end. So a lock-up would have ruined that. But K-Mag on the hards will be fine because he's got a bit more tyre life to play with. As Albon has a look, but again, can't quite get past. So yeah, a mix, what, 2.6? So yeah, Albon's pace has really dropped off, hasn't it? Which is interesting. Stroll is now 1.2 off Danny Rick, so I'm going to use some battery with Danny Rick. Yellow flag, that's a bit of a longer yellow flag. Looks like it's Correa potentially again.
Now I'm
No?
just looking here.
Crash.
Possibly Ocon's part of that.
Oh, the two Alpines. They're not the best of friends, are they? Gasly and Ocon. That's very sloppy. Lucky he wasn't collected there, really, Ocon, from the two cars.
Massively hit, guys.
Not sure if it's massive, Ocon. That's pretty typical for those two, then. Any damage for either of those? Not showing any damage for either of them, which is very lucky. It's not really going to affect us anyway, because they're behind us. Yeah, Bruce is a legend. Yeah, Bruce is a legend. Do love the Bruce McLaren story. Gasly's getting a penalty, though, by the looks of it. And again, not going to affect us, because he's behind us. Albon, yeah, still not gaining on us. Right, final lap. Just started for Danny Rick and Mick Schumacher. We are comfortable here now. Just need to bring these cars home. No points, unfortunately. Not that close because, of course, it's not 10th for a point in the sprint. It's 8th, so we are 3 positions away from a point. Let's see what we can do in the full race. Of course, qualifying to come first. Charles does win it, and Perez has jumped Verstappen for second, so even further a distance for Charles. Gains another couple of points, another additional point. But let's see our drivers cross the line here then. First it will be Ricciardo, then brings it home in 11th. Is that where we started? Pretty sure it's 11th and 12th we started, so I think Ricciardo started 12th and he's up 1. Mick, I believe, started 11th, so he's down 2.
Nice one, guys.
So not as enjoyable for Mick.
Cheers, guys.
It's kind of where our car is, on the fringes of the top 10, but we can't quite challenge those Astons, Mercs, and the OP Sonoda in that RB. They're the next cars we need to challenge.
Okay, check.
Right, let's just jump straight into... Actually, what are the car parts saying now? Fine. Mixed gearbox 39%, so we'll start to use that gearbox in practice now. We'll put the fresh one in here. I don't know if that may mean Mick will take a penalty, though. We'll see. We didn't send him out straight away in sprint quali, and it nearly cost us, so I like to just get a banker lap in. We'll forward through the banker, and then we'll jump on board for their actual lap. Hopefully we can make out of Q1 at least here. Getting into Q3 would be a struggle. Right, let's get another set of softs lined up. I'm debating whether we have to send them back out, you know. I don't know what kind of lap we've done here, but maybe our car is going to come alive on the soft tyres. We obviously ran the mediums there in the sprint, but what do you think, Chad? Do we just not bother sending them out? I'm not going to send them out unless you in the chat go mad and think I should send them back out. For some reason, I feel we're comfortable. This could go completely wrong. The McLarens have gone quicker. That's fine. So if we see a kick or a Haas go quicker than us, then we are in trouble. Put on old soft. Too late. Too late, Crazy Kai. I think we're safe. We are going to be safe. Well, that was handy. Wasn't expecting that. That's a good lap, isn't it? 7th and 8th. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Mick.
Yeah,
we missed you for a race.
Copy.
Well, he may as well come back in.
Yep, understood.
Ah, this is the classic Mick. Don't know how he's managed such a significant spin there, but well done, Mick. Right, Mick will come in. Oh, we're racing a Haas here. Ricciardo's past him, so it doesn't look like it's going to cost him anything there. Try to get Antonelli as a affiliate driver. He's extremely fast-growing driver. You can for free. Yeah, the only reason I haven't gone for Antonelli is because literally everyone goes for him, so I'm trying to have it a little bit different. And as we said about traffic, we have got... That's it. And that's the end of Mick. That's the end of Mick, unfortunately. I said about that traffic through that section. Atty, see you later, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Have we got any more traffic here? No. Right, Ricciardo is going green, but as I say, he's way off the pace on that scrub set. Mick, I expect to probably qualify in 16th now. That was a massive hold up there in Sector 1. But what can Danny Rick... What was that first sector? 25.0. Is Mick quicker, or was it the second sector? It's the second sector, sorry. Going to say 2 seconds off the pace in that second sector. It's a shame, because Mick was up in that first sector. Right, here we go then. Ricciardo, final corner. Where are we going to finish? Are we going to be able to get a car into Q3? Certainly Mick isn't. Ricciardo, not enough. Up to 12th, so we don't repeat the pace that we had in Q1 as we expected with Mick. He is in 16th, so we will start the full race depending on Piastri. Oh no, we've been jumped by Bottas as well. Bottas hadn't finished his lap, so it's 13th for Ricciardo, 16th for Mick Schumacher. I think Piastri's going to take a penalty, so we'll see what that does. And it is Max Verstappen on pole, Carlos Sainz second, Perez third, Charles Leclerc fourth, Norris fifth, Piastri sixth, but looking like he's going to take a penalty, Russell seventh, Fernando Alonso eighth, Yuki Tsunoda ninth, Lance Stroll rounds out the top 10. We are in 13th and 16th. Hulkenberg to take a penalty as well, so it looks like Mick Schumacher will go up another place with that. Yeah, so hards and mediums and softs all need to be used really, I think, for this strategy. It's whether we bolt on an extra set of softs. So we'll see how we manage the tyres, but I'm going to go with that. I think Mick will definitely need 2 stops. Actually, an early stop for him might not be a bad shout. I wonder if we can go really early. With Mick. Says that's 2 seconds longer, but that's... Let's just see if we can move this a little bit. 4 seconds. Alright, let's go back to where that was. Alright, let's go with that. So we're going to go with that. Currently, it's looking like a 2-stop with Ricciardo, starting on the hard, long run, onto the mediums, finishing on the soft. Mick is a 3-stopper, aggressive on the softs to begin with, then a medium, then a hard, finishing on the softs. So a little bit of a split strategy. Let's see how it goes. As always, we've got the opportunity to mix this up. If things happen in the race, or we abuse our tyres, or we save a bit of tyre life, we'll change it as we go. But let's jump into the full race in COTA. Here we go then. 4 lights, 5. It's Max on pole as always. Will he remain on pole? He has Sainz challenging him. Ricciardo in 13th. We didn't put ourselves on attack. That's a schoolboy error. Let's get that fixed straight away. Will we lose places off the start? Hopefully not. Oh, Mick is being forced very wide there. He's retained 15th though.
Yep, understood.
If you are jumping into the streams and you're liking the content, please do smash a like on the video. It does help me out. So let's have a look at tyres, shall we? And let me switch this over as well. Okay, so interesting. Mick on the softs, and everyone ahead of Mick until we get to Piastri is on mediums or hards. Now Ricciardo on the hards, and the only driver who's on the hards ahead of him really is Norris. So it'd be interesting to see what we do here. If Mick has got significant pace and he gets up to Ricciardo, we will let Mick go because, of course, he's on a soft, 2 compounds softer than Ricciardo at this phase of the Grand Prix. Most street circuits, there's some carnage, isn't there, in F1 Manager? And Mick having a look at Albon. Come on, Mick. Nicely done, and he'll get DRS here. I might just ask Danny Rick to...
Understood.
I don't want to lose the place at Albon as well, though. There we go, that's worked out quite well. Mick is passed. Right, that's worked out quite well without them fighting, without having to put team orders in place, because sometimes when you ask the driver to move over, you lose the position to others. So that's worked out okay for us there. Ricciardo's not got DRS on Mick though, so it might be that Albon gets past Ricciardo here. Up the inside. Is Ricciardo going to try hold on to it? Forced out very wide by Albon. But yeah, Albon is pushing those tyres, so it'll come to Ricciardo later in the race. Hadjar was my first choice. But unfortunately, Red Bull renewed him as an affiliate, and he has a buyout now of about 6-7 million, which we just can't afford. So, fortunately, we have to go. There we go, Mick. Oh, he took the Williams with him. That's a massive spin for Mick Schumacher. Safety cars deployed.
Copy.
Welcome back, Mick. Welcome back.
Now it looks like, yes, it is. Alex Albon's involved in that.
Albon is a passenger in that one. That is an almighty lockup by Mick Schumacher. Alex Albon doesn't know which way to go, and nothing he could do. As I say, this is the reason why Mick Schumacher is not going to be in this Team Lotus next year, because this happens too often, and he is actually out of the race, and is Albon. Is it too early to pit? I think it's too early to pit, especially on the hards. Soft runners, if I was on softs, I'd probably pit. But Mick is out. Let's hope the damage isn't too bad. Let's just hope that's chassis damage and not gearbox or engine. Now Mick's going to get a penalty, so that'll be a grid penalty for next race as well, to add to our woes. It's a 5-second, so that will go to a grid penalty, as I say. So yeah, we have got pit stops here. I'm not going to pit, you know. Too early, we're on the hards. And most of the grid are pitting here. Norris and Russell have stayed out. Norris on the hards, Russell's on the softs. We're going to jump some of these. It's carnage in the pits. Ricciardo jumping up the order here. Into 4th is Ricciardo, but of course, we've now got a lot of quicker cars behind us on fresh tyres, but I think that's the right decision. So here we go. Restart is underway. Norris leads us away. Verstappen, who was in the lead, I believe he was. He started on pole at least. Verstappen is now 3rd after pitting. As I say, 90% of the grid have pitted under that safety car. We are probably going to go backwards here, but say it's really Perez and Leclerc. Then I don't think Gasly, Correa and Ocon will have pace on us. Really how quickly Piastri and Tsunoda, Sainz, Alonso gets past this group of cars. So just got to run our own race here as Ricciardo. As I say, if Perez and Leclerc got us, would be 6th. If Piastri and Tsunoda got us, would be 8th. Sainz got us, would be 9th. So it's more Alonso and Hamilton. Ooh, that was closer contact. Perez getting very impatient. It should be an easy job for him now with the DRS on this straight. And is it going to be 2 for 1 here? No, we close the door on Charles.
Yep. This is my pace.
What is tyres here? Correa is behind us. He is on the hards. 76% though. Our tyre life is pretty good on these hards. Considering Tsunoda and Sainz have just put on hards, they've only got a 9% advantage, so they are pushing those hards. Lawson is quality. Yeah, I really rate Lawson. He's obviously going to be in a car. Might be the end of it. Might be after Singapore, but certainly in 2025 he's going to be in either an RB or Red Bull, isn't he? Well, RB, isn't it? Because I think Perez confirmed for 2025 now, isn't he? So looks like it's going to be Yuki and Lawson. Yellow flag briefly as Charles gets past us. To be expected, of course. Oh, Franco.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now we're through the last turn here.
Oh, Franco.
Oh, and the car locks up. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
The game is showing that Franco has not got a contract with Williams next year, so we'll see what lineup they go with. But I'm trying to get Franco as an affiliate. As I say, he's quite low rated on this, but I feel sorry for him only being in our series for 7-8 races. So I'm going to try and sign him as an affiliate and hopefully upskill him. Correa slipped it down the inside. He's going to push us out wide. No.
Understood.
Correa he is pushing those hards a lot more than us. Yeah, so the only problem is his confidence is going to be very low because he's losing positions. That's what they need to change, this confidence, because it's not realistic. Danny Rick wouldn't lose confidence in real life in this scenario, but perhaps losing a place to Correa. Pager, hello, buddy. But yeah, effectively, you would be thinking mentality-wise, wow, I've just jumped up to 4th after safety car. I've got a load of cars behind me on fresh tyres, so I'm likely to lose positions. But this game just sees you losing a position and takes your confidence down, so they need to change that. Danny Rick, though, fighting back. This will help his confidence. And this is really ruining the races of Piastri, Tsunoda, Sainz. That's a hell of a battle through there. Correa is pushing these hard, so although he may get past us, I'm not too worried because he's going to have to pit a lot earlier than us. So we're going to be quicker later in the Grand Prix, but we are going to be lamb to the slaughter on this long straight. Look at them queuing up. This could end in carnage. This could be bad news for us because we don't want to be taken out, and this could end up being 3 or 4 wide. Although, not good traction for a few of the drivers off that corner, but here we go. Here they come. It's just going to be Correa, it looks like. Oh, I thought Piastri is about to go in our rear end. Same again, though. It looks like Ricciardo's going to try and hold on to this. Frustrating. Most of the grid here is Danny Rick. So I'm just looking, as I say, I think we'd really compete for points against Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton. Hamilton is on the same tyres, so Stroll, so not so good on that front. But Alonso's on the softs, as Piastri does get past us. I think he'll have DRS to pull away, because I think that was... Yeah, that was after the detection zone, which is not great for us there. But yeah, Alonso is in 11th on the soft, so that's a bit of a struggle for him there. Correa's going to have another go into here. So I'm not too bothered about fighting at the moment, just trying to run our strategy. It looks like Correa has finally got that job done, but he has used more tyre life than our... Oh, Tsunoda, sorry. Tsunoda now. Completely missed that. So Tsunoda's come through the pack then. He's got past Sainz and his teammate. And Tsunoda makes light work of us. Correa's dropped off, so there's a bit of a DRS gap now. And then it'll be Alonso. So Sainz is probably going to get past Ricciardo, and then Alonso, Hamilton and Stroll are going to get past Correa. And they'll be the next group of cars onto Ricciardo. I don't think we would, if we would have pitted, I don't think we would have had a significant, we wouldn't have, everyone pitted, so we wouldn't have had an advantage on these cars. We certainly wouldn't have got up into the points, so it definitely was the right call. Whether we can stay here and stay in the points, who knows? Oh, Sainz passed us. And Alonso and Hamilton did get past Correa, so that group of cars are now behind us. We haven't been the quickest on the mediums and hards. We seem to like the soft tyres around here. As there goes Alonso on his soft tyres. Is Daniel Ricciardo going to try and fight that? I think he's going to struggle with the grip that Alonso will have, but Ricciardo's going to try it. We can make it a bit of a nuisance for him. Well, it looks like Alonso is going to get that done. Oh, no! Please! Get on the track! Oh, no, chat. Why?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's just sloppy, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh. Can you believe
And
it?
clearly they're not what everyone in the garage.
Well, I think that's the chance of points gone. Have we got... We've got no damage by looks of it. Pride is damaged, but we're down to 18th. That's absolutely wrecked it for us. Lost 8 positions sitting on the exit. Alonso, who we crashed with, is there with us. Alright, we're going to have to try something different now. But I think that's any chance of points gone. Oh. God, what can we do? What do we do with these drivers? Well, we're there at the moment. What can we do? We could go... I have to try something a little bit different now. Right, let's try that. I can't believe that. Alonso's got a puncture now as well. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Alonso. So either because of that accident has absolutely degraded his tyres, or some debris. So Alonso's going to be a long way back. He's got a long way to go to the pit. So Alonso's not going to be a factor. But to get to points, we now need to make, what, 8 overtakes. And we're 4 seconds off the pack here. I mean, potentially we could still get points, but we'd need a bit of an accident or issue up here. And the only 2 accidents that there's been has involved, typically, both our drivers. I kind of want to pit before Magnussen and Ocon though, but let's see. We don't want to get bogged down in this DRS train. Don't think if we pit, can we? If we pit now, can we make it work? Can still make that work. I just wonder if it's worth pitting now, so we... I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it now. Try an aggressive undercut.
Okay, all boxes flat.
Because all of these are pretty much in a DRS train from Gasly. I know Russell's involved in that, but Gasly, Zhou, Magnussen, Ocon. Hopefully you'll be able to jump all of those here. I think we should be clear of Alonso. I can't imagine Colapinto is going to be too much of an issue. He's going to be pitting very soon anyway. Let's not add to our woes here and have a slow stop, please. 2.7, not the greatest, but that will do. We're out in front of Colapinto. That'll be very nice indeed. No, although you do get a very fast exit on this corner. Like that. The Scalextrics exit. That'll do. Yeah, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose now. Right, so this is just a standard push here. Got 15 seconds to Ocon. Prix was a lot further up the road, though, than Ocon. So I'm not sure we can jump Correa, but hopefully Ocon we can. There's Correa. He'll get the Scalextrics exit now. So we're not going to jump Correa, but it does look like we jump Ocon, which was one of those cars in that group. So that has worked. And that shows, hopefully, that we should jump Magnussen, Gasly and Zhou as well. It's going to be closer to Gasly than it was Ocon. He'll get that ridiculous pit exit, but we are past him, so that's fine. Maybe he is on standard. We'll see. That might cross over. K-Mag is going to be in the pits. I'm pretty sure we're going to be jumping K-Mag here. Yellow. Oh, Correa. Correa out wide there. Lock up. Well, his tyres will be worse than us now.
Involved. Things were all right here.
Lockups are going to cost you on those softs.
Struggling with the car. They were just unable to do much about
Lock up
it.
for Correa. Goes wide. Hands a position to Daniel Ricciardo. That's another position gain. Right. And I think his tyres will be, yeah, down to 72% now. We did jump K-Mag. K-Mag's still in the pits. So it's now 12 seconds to Zhou, Hulkenberg and Bottas, who still are yet to... They have pitted? Yes, because under the safety car, but they've got to pit again. Of course. I think. Let's look at the tyres. Yes, they have all got to pit again. Nearly 3.5 seconds we're taking out of Zhou. 2 seconds, 2 and a bit seconds on Hulkenberg. 3 seconds on Bottas. As Correa wants to have us back here. He is on those softs, but as I say, he's softer compound. He's got to pit earlier, and he's taken life out of them. So I'm not too fussed about Correa.
This is my pace.
But when we look at the bigger picture, we're going to have the pace on Correa in this race. Bottas pits. So we should... Bottas was further up though, wasn't he? Are we going to jump Bottas here? I think we are, you know. Though he is closer to the pit exit, being in that kick. It's going to be close. He's going to get that really fast exit, but we are past him. He might be onto us a little bit quicker though. There you go, straight onto us. So, oh my goodness. What's happened there? Didn't get past us. So Bottas on sauce. So he probably is going to move past us pretty quickly here. Correa's sort of checked out a bit, but as I say, he's down to 59% now. So we've got 20% on him. As Bottas is going to get that move done now.
Okay.
Ocon's developed a fault now as well. Bottas got really good pace on those softs. Shows him. And then we're just waiting for Hulkenberg. Zhou was further back, so we're going to be comfortable on Zhou. But yeah, that undercut definitely works because we have jumped now Zhou, Ocon, Magnussen and Gasly and potentially Hulkenberg. So it would have cleared 5 cars there. So I think we will be a net... I think we'll be ahead of... Yeah, because we're only 12 seconds behind Hulkenberg now. So I think we'll be a net 13th. Hulkenberg does pit. That's what I was waiting for. I think we should be pretty comfortable past him here. Let's wait and see. Yeah, gonna be past easily. And we're back past Correa as well, whilst we were watching Hulkenberg take his pit stop. That's a lovely aggressive move from Ricciardo. Could have waited for the DRS on this back straight, but he takes it early, takes the DRS to pull away.
Alrighty. Nice.
Right, so Hulkenberg's out now. Correa, I wonder if he's just managing those tyres now, because he's dropping off the pace. Bottas already... Yeah, those softs burn up quick, don't they? We might come back at Bottas shortly here. What's his tyres saying? I don't want him to pit before us, which could happen, or it could be the same lap here. We could be racing with Bottas for the rest of this Grand Prix. Right, Ricciardo, that's it. Tuck right inside there. Take the DRS. Take a nice easy move past him here. Come on. Come on, this should be easy work, Ricciardo. We're gaining, nearly there. And there we go, we are past Bottas. Is Bottas going to jump into the pits though? That won't be great for us. He may well, you know. Let's wait and see. I think the decline of Red Bull in real life may be worse than when Williams lost Adrian Newey. Yeah, Well, as they say, I think this decline in Red Bull needs to be studied. Bottas has pitted. Not good for us. He's trying the undercut on us now. So we're going to have to give it everything on this in-lap, sorry. Trying to stay ahead of Bottas here. And what tyres is Bottas? Bottas back on a set of softs. So again, we're going to be on a different compound to Bottas. He's having to get past K-Mag there as well. As Daniel Ricciardo is being received. 2.4, good stop for us at least. But Bottas is going to clear us. Do we clear K-Mag at least? We do. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we just need to settle back into that strategy. So we're looking now at lap 43. I'd expect Bottas maybe to pull away here. Although actually his softs are not in great condition, are they, at 89%? Now we're 6 seconds away from Zhou and Gasly, but they may pit by the time we get there. We're on Gasly here, so Gasly has dropped out of that pack. Bottas has passed him, and now Ricciardo's passed him as well.
Understood.
Tyres down to 31%. Right on the cliff now is Gasly. Surprised he's not in already. Right, we're on Zhou now. He's going to try and do his teammate a favour here and hold us up.
Yep.
No, he can try, but that's not going to happen. We'll get DRS as well. Now, Gasly does pit now. So I think we were nearly 2 seconds behind Bottas. We're now 1.3, so we've gained a little bit there. Bottas is going to be in much earlier than us, so... Stroll's off! Stroll is off! Points are on the cards! So Williams gone into him here. Oh, it has! Is that Colapinto or is it Albon?
Oh man, that was such...
And there's been quite
Stroll is upset about it.
Here we are then.
It was Colapinto. I saw the yellow T-bar.
You can see how tight it is.
Oh, Colapinto, thank you very much.
Come together, and there'll be more than one unhappy team after
That's
that.
Stroll's fault. Stroll is absolutely in the mud there. He's still in the race though. And we're still 30 seconds off him here. So it depends what the damage is here. He hasn't got a puncture or anything. So points may not be on. We're moving past Bottas. It's all livened up a bit here. Stroll is pitting. Colapinto's right up his rear end. Colapinto's got a 5-second penalty. Stroll has got significant rear wing damage. So hopefully he is going to be very slow here. He had to pit because his tyres were absolutely wrecked because of that incident. But how much pace he's going to have? He's got a 30-second advantage on us. I think he's still going to be very slow with that damage. We could nick a point here. I think we're still racing with Bottas. Hulkenberg pits now. Stroll's out, so we'll see what that gap is shortly. Where do we want to be? Lap 43. Lap 43, we want to jump onto some softs. Stroll's gone onto the mediums. Right, it's 12. Let's just get past this. It's got 12.2. Right. Back down to 10 seconds to Stroll. 15 laps to go. We're looking safer and safer to Bottas now. He's going to have to pit now, but he's got a lot to do to get back to us. Can Stroll hang on? Right, we are in the pits. We need a good stop. Is Stroll going to the end, though? Stroll is probably going to the end. I don't know if we can catch him then. Russell's got a mechanical fault. So has Verstappen. Slow. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, we're still here.
Alrighty.
Oh, we're still here. We're still here. 12.7. You can forget about the point then. The point's gone. Oh, we're behind. We're even behind Gasly and Zhou. Oh my goodness. Why do we just never get any luck? Well, we had a bit of a dream there for a point. I'm not sure Stroll had to pit again, you know. He's on 73% with 11 laps to go. But we're now 5 seconds behind Bottas, 35 seconds behind Stroll. Oh, that's absolutely wrecked us there as our pit crew, and we've got loads of traffic now that we're going to have to get out of the way with. He's back. Ricciardo has got past Joe. Is this Joe getting out of the way of Perez? And we say thank you very much. Like slipstreaming a police car with the sirens on there. We take that. Are we going to do the same past the Alpine? I think Correa's going to get back, isn't he? Yeah, both of them get back to the pits, unfortunately, so there's not going to be a safety car. Need a new sporting director. We do. We can't get one. Again, we're finding it so hard to get staff or drivers. Ocon and Correa then retiring. Is Ricciardo getting past Gasly? He is. So we're going to push back up to Bottas now. With Ocon and Correa out, we're down to actually 18 runners, so 4 retirements. Let's deploy out of here. And we'll harvest some of the battery if we get this move done. So Ricciardo attempting to get back past Bottas.
Yep,
after that awful pit stop. What was it? 12-second pit stop, so near enough 10 seconds slower than expected. So if we didn't have that, we would currently be 7.6 seconds behind Stroll. As we have a look at that move then from Danny Rick. So back to 11th. What was the lap last time out? 3 seconds. 3 seconds with 5 laps to go is 15 seconds. We're about 16 seconds. It is going to be very close, I feel, if this pace remains. And Stroll's got loads of traffic to get out of the way of. We could be in luck here. The Stroll is going to have to slow for 4 cars, I believe. Sainz, Norris, Piastri, 3 cars. No, 4 cars, because we've got Piastri as well. So Stroll is probably going to have to get out of the way for 3 other cars. So gap is to 11 seconds. Stroll has now got to get out of the way of another. Norris, which he's done. Down to 10 seconds. Right, now he's got 2 more cars. Perez and Piastri. Verstappen's mechanical fault getting worse. Stroll will move out of the way here. He does. Down to 6 seconds now. He's now got Piastri. We've got no other traffic to get out of the way of. Right, he's just got to get out of the way of Piastri. Gap is 5 seconds. Stroll is really struggling. It's down to 4 seconds. He's got to get out of the way of Piastri here as well. It's down to 2.2 as he gets out of the way of Piastri. Stroll, as we saw last time out in Singapore, where Danny Rick was in 10th and he got Stroll in the closing stages as Stroll tried to keep hold of his hards. Stroll has tried to keep going with this damage to hold out for a point. But Daniel Ricciardo is going to be all over him now.
Okay, understood. Okay, understood.
It's 1.3. We should be in DRS by the time we get to the next DRS detection zone. Maybe Stroll could have an accident with one of the leaders. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? It's not quite there, actually. We'll deploy on the straight if we don't get DRS. Right, Stroll may push everything he's got now. Oh.
Understood.
We didn't quite get DRS there. We are in the detection zone now, but we didn't get it there. We can go to neutral. Alright, this is worth another point for us here. Just got to keep it clean.
Understood.
Come on, Daniel. We should have this on the back straight. Right, we've got DRS. Here we go for another point here. Can we get Lance Stroll? We're gaining. We go to the inside. Stroll doesn't really fight that.
Understood.
He's not really got the tools to fight it. Daniel Ricciardo is into the points again. Gotta have a look at that overtake again. It's for 10th place. It's for the points. There we go. If you haven't already liked the stream, you got to like that for Daniel Ricciardo's move there on Lance Stroll. Well, let's forward on. It is going to be Max who's going to win this one. Followed closely by Charles. Sainz looks like he's going to be in third. Although Norris very close to him. But we are, as we round this final corner for the third race in a row after going all season with no points. It's 3 races in a row that we score points. Danny Rick goes back to back. And we score another point here in Kota. That was unexpected how that race planned out. But in the end, we have come away with another point. And Daniel Ricciardo will take that. Good recovery from him after that accident with Alonso. We did well at that early stop and undercut. Played wonders. The pit team, the pit crew didn't help us. But Daniel Ricciardo did it all on track. And a bit of luck with Stroll for us to finish 10th. Here we go then. Full race results. As we say, Max finishes first, wins the race. Fire the 25 points, he gets for that. Charles in second, but he takes the bonus point for the fastest lap, so he gets 19 points. Carlos in third, Lando fourth, Sergio Perez fifth, Oscar Piastri sixth, Yuki Tsunoda seventh, George Russell 8th, Hamilton 9th, and Ricciardo up 3 places to finish 10th and get another point. And obviously Mick, massive spin, took out Albon with him and retired from the race. So Drivers' Championship, it should be Max extending his lead. And it is indeed. Carlos Sainz gains 19, but as I say, it is actually Charles Leclerc who's the one gaining most. He gets 27 points across the sprint weekend. So gains quite a bit on Sainz, but it looks like Max is just eking out to win this Drivers' Championship. No change in the top 8, so Max leads, Carlos Sainz 2nd, Charles Leclerc 3rd, Lando Norris 4th, Sergio Perez 5th, Oscar Piastri 6th, George Russell 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Lewis Hamilton up 1 place to 9th, Fernando Alonso is in 10th, and the rest of the point scorers are Stroll in 11th, Albon in 12th, Pereira in 13th, Ocon 14th, Ricciardo up another place on 3 points now in 15th, Valtteri Bottas in 16th, and Mick Schumacher, the final point scorer, with 1 point in 17th. What does the constructors look like? So Red Bull gained 2 points, but it's an 81 point gap now with Ferrari with I think 5 races to go, isn't it? So looking odds on now to become constructors champions are Ferrari. Big gap then to McLaren, who will finish 3rd. Mercedes look nailed on for 4th. Aston Martin and that battle with RB. So Aston Martin with Alonso coming together with Danny Rick, and then Stroll being hit by Colapinto. Aston Martin gain no points. RB take another 8 points out of them, so the gap is to 13. That's closing every race now. So can RB finish 5th in the championship? Williams are in 7th. I see a Team Lotus there up 1 place to 8th now. And that's because we are on the same points as Alpine and Kick Sauber coming into this one on 3, but we've gained another point, which takes us to 4 points, and we are now in 8th place. Alpine dropped to 9th, Kick Sauber in 10th, and Haas yet to score a point. And pit stops, we didn't do very well on the pit stops, so no change there. We're still in 10th, Haas are in 11th, although not shown on this screen. So all in all, that was a very up and down race, wasn't it? Mick Schumacher, massive mistake. That was a bit of a downer. He went out of the race very early. Ricciardo was looking good. That early pit stop that we did, undercut, that was after actually the safety car, to be fair, and that accident with Alonso. So that was looking good when we didn't pit under the safety car, running in the points. That was looking pretty good. Then we came together with Alonso, dropped to the back of the grid, looking like no chance of the points, but an early undercut. Then we did really well from there. We got a bit of luck with Stroll, but I think Ricciardo drove a very good race, and in the end gets a bit of luck and we gain a point. So we can't argue with that one.